There were unprecedented scenes outside the headquarters of Delhi Police on November 5. Thousands of policemen, many in uniform, were staging a protest. They were upset over the attack on their colleagues by lawyers outside Tees Azari court a few days ago. It was a tale of hunter becoming the hunted. Ironically, the policemen who were supposed to protect the society were seeking their own protection. But this wasn't the first time such protests have happened. In 1973, personnel of the Provincial Armed Constabulary revolted seeking better pay and working conditions. To control the mutiny, the Congress government called the army. The military shot at least 30 PAC personnel, resulting in the fall of the state government. In 1997, police resorted to dharna and allegedly vandalized shops in Coimbatore. It was done after some youths allegedly killed a policeman. But can the police take to the streets, even as a last resort, or can they at least form an association or union to raise their problems? Former Director General of Tamil Nadu Police, Satish Kumar Dogra, says unionism in the police department virtually demolishes the three pillars of democracy.
The only agency through which all other agencies can enforce decisions is the police force. So this is very important for us to understand. That is, in a democratic setup where there are three pillars, as we call them, that is the legislature, the executive and the judiciary, all these have to finally exercise their authority only through the police. The Prime Minister cannot go and arrest somebody. The judge cannot go and arrest somebody or disperse a crowd. The executive, some IAS officer, or let us say there is an income tax officer who imposes a fine, he cannot go to somebody's house and snatch his property and take that. So he will need the police in order to enforce all this. So what we need to understand is the entire authority is vested with the police. Now, in the principle of unionism and association, if that kind of a thing is permitted, then the police union would draw the entire authority of the state and become one bulk of state authority, depriving all other agencies of their authority because other agencies are operating through the police.
But if the police personnel cannot form unions, how will their concerns be met? Dogra says there is a mechanism through which grievances of the personnel in the lower ranks reach the seniors for redressal.
We already have, in Tamil Nadu for example, we have very powerful and very effective systems of grievance redressal. We need to sensitize our senior officers. We need to build up systems by which the grievances come to the seniors, they are addressed promptly, and there should also be a mechanism by which the seniors come to know what the juniors are thinking. There should not be a gap. In fact, there are a number of retired police officers. Their services can be used by the governments to build up this type of systems.
However, the hierarchy in the department too becomes a cause for the distress police personnel suffer from. The former DGP says it is high time that these echelons in the police department are redefined.
The police department works by hierarchical distribution of authority. So what used to happen earlier was that the senior would have knowledge that the junior did not have. That difference of knowledge which used to characterize the senior earlier does not exist now. Sometimes the constable knows more than his senior. So what we need to do is that we need to redefine the principles of hierarchy and distribution of authority within the police force. So you cannot be now controlling the subordinates by merely showing the fear of punishment or by giving them some extra, running and this and that and drill and also. All those principles may have to be given up. So these things need to be studied in detail.
Better addressing of the concerns of police personnel in lower ranks and filling of gaps between them and their seniors is impossible without the government's interference. Once it is institutionalized, there will be no need for the police to take to the streets.